Good afternoon, girls. I think there are still some of you to join. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll start. I hope the others also will join soon. Okay. So first and foremost, welcome everybody, all the little young girls. And I thank Mother Teresa School from Jalahalli, St. Thomas School from Tipasandra, the batch of 10th standard girls. And I thank the main bridge, my lovely niece, Miss Adeline, for making this webinar a success. And most of you are going to give your 10th standard board. So all the very best to you. So shall we start then? Okay. So we all know what is menarche, right? Usually we see it by the age of 11 to 17 years. But the sad part nowadays is that menarche has started hitting girls even at the age of 6. So it is really very bad because earlier by 17 years, 15 years, that was the age. So it is drastically coming down nowadays. So we need to really worry about that. Now, the normal cycle is 21 to 35 days. And initially, when you get the menarche, it can vary every month. Some may have a very disturbed cycle for at least 1 year. But if you continue having less than 21 days or more than 35 days, even after 1 year, please do consult your gynecologist, especially your Ayurveda gynecologist. Fine. And the normal days can be 3 to 7 days in one cycle. Now, what are the discomforts we see during the periods? We see bleeding, low back pain, low abdomen pain, cramps, diarrhea, vomiting, headache, feverish feeling, weakness. Many such symptoms are there, and not necessarily that you get all the symptoms all at the same time, and not necessarily you get the same symptoms every cycle. Depending upon your body condition, you will get it different at different cycles. Okay, we know that a lot of customs are being followed and menarche is celebrated, especially in India. Menarche is celebrated. I know it is very embarrassing, but it is like as if we are announcing the world that the girl is ready for marriage or for pregnancy. But still, in traditional or in olden days, because girls never studied more or did any job, so they were always married off early. So as soon as they got the menarche, they celebrated. It was like a news to the local village or local neighborhood that if anybody wants my girl is ready for marriage. Okay, can anybody tell me what can this be? This message or just voice message? What do you think this is? Anybody? Anybody messaging? Okay. So you don't know, I'll come back to it. Okay. Now, the materials that were used, usually traditionally they were used cloth, and nowadays we get pads, tampons, menstrual cups, decorative cloth pads. Okay. But do you know that 70% of India's population is in the rural? And maximum girls and women, they don't even use anything during the periods. What do? They bleed into their own clothes. So that time of the month, it is a time for them to be aloof and bleed to themselves. Some of them carry on their normal work in spite of bleeding. And you know that many of these girls in the government schools, they drop out of school. You know why? Mainly because of these periods. Once they start their periods, they are forced to stay at home because parents are get worried about the hygiene problem, about how they will continue in school, and also about pregnancy fears. So most of the girls, that's why they drop out, and it is a very sad thing. Now, coming to the myths and science, most of you wanted to know a lot of doubts as to why so much of restriction during these menstrual periods. So what happens is, during the menstrual cycle, women are locked up in rooms or made aloof. This is called a menstrual hut. In remote areas or in usually in the banjaras, where they move from place to place, what happens is, they are very poor people, they cannot afford houses. In one room, they have a big family, and including the domestic animals like goats, cows, camels. So they have to live with them. So what happens? There is no menstrual hygiene. There is no care, right? And these girls, that young girl you can see is of almost your age. At that age also, they used to do heavy works, tilling the land, carrying heavy loads on their head, and they used to take care of small children. So that is why that in that area, or the people in the village thought that it is always better that women segregate themselves, move away, and take care of themselves during that time. Okay. One more thing. Think, like, we are so acquainted with corona now, isn't it? So corona, because of corona, we are using mask. Now vaccination has started. So just think, after about 150 years or 200 years in future, neither you or me will be alive, but our generations, our future generations, if they still have to use masks, or if they still have to produce a vaccination certificate, that time what will be their reaction? They will be irritated. They will be asking questions as to why mask, why these certificates, if corona is not there. I pray that corona doesn't stay anymore. So what happens is, during this generation to generation, when we give, what is happening now is no more there in future, and this information becomes an ill-informed thing for the future. Myths and misconceptions come in between. So this the same thing has happened here. This was started, or wherever it was started for the health of the women. Now think, suppose you are asking why we should not go to temples, or why we should not travel or play. You think, you remember the symptoms that are discomforts that I had mentioned. Now for bleeding, we have pads, right? But if you're having diarrhea, what can you stop with? If you're having vomiting, what can you stop it with? So that is why women were restricted, or even now are restricted. You just tell me your case. Suppose you feel really down. You don't feel like doing anything, and your family is planning to go to a mall. What will you tell them? Not today, please. I want to be a part. Please postpone it to some other day. Yes or no? So similarly, that is why the basic reason is, just like you get any fever, cold, cough, you are down. Same way, during the period's time, the body is low. So it is advised that the girls, the women, take rest. Now, eating pickle, curd, these things are avoided mainly because in Ayurveda we say that these are pitta vardhaka food. Already there is flow of energy happening. There is flow of blood happening. When you eat these substances, these heat the body more and bleeding can increase. That is why these food substances are told to be avoided. Using of old clothes and beddings also same thing, mainly because in olden days, because of the financial factor or whatever, they never had pads. Remember, pads came in lately, or the thought of using cloths came in lately. Or even in some rural villages outside India, the girls, you know what they use? They use old rags, they sit on cardboards, they use straw. So such unhygienic things they still use. So the use of old cloths and beddings were mainly so that because it is difficult to wash, right? So that is, you don't soil the clothes and bedding. So that has been carried on even till now, which it depends how careful you are during your periods. Now, should not enter kitchen. Kitchen is a workplace. I told you, the women do a lot of heavy work. In the city areas, it's not that heavy, but still we use knife and things. We may cut ourselves. So again, bleeding can occur. So it is just to avoid all these circumstances and give the girl and the woman the rest. Now, looking at males during periods leads to pregnancy. That is absolutely false. But it is mainly the reason because young girls cannot be told all details. So it is just a prevention. What happens is post marriage, it should not be that, you perform any sexual activities on this day. That is why women are kept away, and they are also told that you should not look at men. So that earlier men also had no clue about what is happening to a female's body, right? So they also should not come and disturb. So these were the main reasons. Fine. Now let's look at some world customs. In Turkey, the child who gets the first periods is slapped on the face. It's just a psychological thing. Mainly what happens is when you are not informed about what is happening or going to happen and you see blood, most of the girls, what do they think? That they are going to die. They have some very serious disease. So this is just, to relieve her from that shock. So same thing, main all over the world, it's the main thing is it's a celebration from a girlhood to a womanhood. So in US, UK, Greece, they all call for a party. They all inform their loved ones. In Israel, they give to lick honey. In some places, they give raw egg with oil. And in Fiji, they draw lines with chalk and tell her to cross over. In Japan, they give red bean rice. There are places, in Africa, which is still very stunning and sad. People, be it a boy or a girl, scarification is a ritual. They really hurt the girls. Some of them really die. And what they do, they stitch the vagina of the girl so that she doesn't get pregnant before her marriage. So at least in India, we don't follow such things. But yes, certain rituals are followed, and mostly because of the background is from the Ayurvedic thought of lifestyle. Okay. Now let's see the body functions. Like how we know in computers, to get an output, a correct output, what should we do? Given a correct input, right? If the input is right, the process also will be right. So in our body, what is the output? Output, these are all energies that move out of the body. Motion, urine, periods, sweat, and other small things are there from different orifices. So periods is also one of them. It is an output. It is leaving the body. And during this period time, we do feel some heat relieving from the body, right? So to get the periods correct, you have to have the right metabolism and nutrition to each cells. And to get this metabolism correct, what do you need? You need the right input. The inputs in form of food, the dress we wear, the sleep and rest we take, how much work and exercise we do, what are the urges, and a very happy mind. So just let's discuss one by one. When I say healthy food, it should be really homemade, not any food from outside, because that is all they make it for good taste. You don't know how many days old it must be kept in the fridge, and you don't know what all things they mix in it. Also, if you are cooking at home, make sure it is healthy. How do you know your food is healthy? If whatever you eat does not cause any gas, any indigestion, acidity, or does not cause any constipation. That means the food is moving in a good way to nourish all the cells. So it is important that you know the combination of food. Ayurveda gives very importance to the combination of food. You just cannot eat anything anytime. It has lots of rules and regulations where food is concerned. That's a long topic. I will not discuss this now. Okay. So all that tastes good not necessarily be good for health. All that glitters is not gold. So all these things that you see is not necessarily good for health. You take them one by one, ingredient by ingredient, you will say, yes, Spanish is good. Spinach is good. You'll say bread is good. You'll say onion is good. But when you take it as a cheese is good, when you take it as a burger, or when you take it as one slice of pizza, what happens? The combination, it is a wrong combination. You have to be very careful about that. And nowadays, modern society, young girls, even they have not left their house, they have not entered into new job, we see young girls smoking and drinking. You ask them, they'll say, no, it is just a social gathering. I don't drink daily, or I don't, it's not usual. But that once also leads to many times. So you should really be very careful. Don't think what people will say. You don't need to fall into those traps. You have to be strong to yourself, right? Because a lot of infertility cases come to the clinic, and the way they cry, you should see. Why do you want to fall into such things? PCOD. Every girl is now having PCOD. So please, because you are in 10th, soon you will be joining for higher studies, you will be going out for jobs. Nobody will be there behind you. You are your own watchers, your own guide, your own parents. You have to take care of your own self. So after your 10th, at least, I don't say that you should go into medical schools, but please, as girls, keep awareness of health. Whenever you are searching the net about any issues or health related issues, type along with it Ayurveda or type herbal remedies. You will get a lot of answers. And make sure you practice discipline in your life. It's very important because body understands discipline. Now, exercise. Exercise is also very important. Nowadays, we don't have any heavy works in the kitchen. We don't carry water on our heads. We don't walk this long distance miles. So we need to keep ourselves active. Nowadays, work style is all sitting jobs. You are sitting and studying the whole day, whole night, right? So a body is totally becoming sluggish and it becomes more and more fat. So what you should do in between, play outdoor games, do some dance, yoga, meditation, at the same time do household works. I know many of you are very lazy. Many parents pamper you a lot saying that no, you are too young. But earlier girls used to start household work immediately as soon as 5 years, 6 years. Okay, so keep yourself active and keep yourself always on the move. Now there are certain about 14 urges that Ayurveda has mentioned, and where regarding to periods is concerned, like urges that happen naturally in the body, like motions, urination, passing gas, your periods, drinking water, eating food. These are all very important urges. Body gives signal, and then when you get the urge, you want to go for motion, you want to go for urination. Same thing, you feel hungry. So if you try to suppress these urges, what will happen? Then that will remain in the body and the body will absorb all the toxins into it. So you should never allow any toxins to re-enter your body. So as and when you feel the urge, go and avoid yourself. Avoid yourself from urination, from motion. In schools, it's very pathetic. Most girls don't use toilet, and because they don't want to use toilet, they don't drink water also. So be sure if you do such things, you will have period problem. Because we say apana vayu, these all are regulated by the apana vayu, which also indirectly affects the periods. Okay. Nowadays, new things happening is little painful period, little irregular period, and anywhere to go out, or any picnic or any temple function, any cultural function, immediately they'll take a pill to either postpone or prepone the periods. Please remember, this is another, it is causing a lot of hormonal changes. It can really affect your health in future. There are a lot of cancers, a lot of infertilities that people come complaining with. You really, little pain you should, and the body should learn to bear. If it is really unbearable and it is too irregular, then surely you need to consult your doctor. Sleep is also very important. You need to take the rest at the right time. Nowadays, modern societies, what do? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, parties, 4 o'clock in the morning, they go and sleep. Is that right? No. Body, the organs begin to sleep by evening. So that body is demanding rest. But what we do? We try to keep ourselves awake, tell our organs, no, it's not yet time to rest. Even a machine gives up, right? So don't reduce your age by doing all these unnatural things. Because of work also, because of studies also, at least try to sleep maximum by 10:30. It is very important. Okay, girls, even I know you're having exams, but if you want your brain to store and remember what you're studying, it needs its rest. Okay? And a happy mind. Happy mind is a happy life. You should always be happy. Serotonin gives happiness. So that's why I said exercise also increases serotonin. So what happens if you are happy, the brain is happy, good flow of energy happens downwards. Good flow of hormones happens downwards. So all your body functions happen normally. If you're sad, if you're too tensed, now because of the exams coming, everybody will be tensed, studying whole day and night, taking a lot of stress. Be sure your periods, you will have irregularity. It could be twice in a month, or it could be delayed. So you don't need to go and take any pills for that. After your exams are over, it will happen automatically in a regular way as your stress releases. Okay, because a lot of cases I have seen where girls complain saying that they have missed the period, or they're having 2 cycles in a month, and it was during their exam time. Now about lifestyle and food. So let's see through the whole month, like bleeding phase, ovulation phase, and pre-bleeding phase, how we should live our life so that we get a healthy period. In the bleeding phase, take rest. Most of the pads advertisement that you see, they will say that we are ready to go and start life. It doesn't mean that you need to jump around and do heavy activities. Pads are there, right? Be normal, but don't overdo it. Then give yourself rest, less activity, keep yourself on light food. You can take ragi or kanji or drumsticks, those food that easily gets digested, and keep hydrating yourself, maintain good hygiene. In the ovulation phase is a normal activity. We can do all our work, do any heavy things, nothing to worry, eat whatever we like. And in the pre-bleeding phase, usually the PMS or the premenstrual syndrome, mood swings all come during this phase. So we need to relax ourselves more, listen to good music, and eat lot of papaya, sesame like food, grapes, and also keep hydrating yourself in advance so that there is no problem with the periods. Now, what all abnormalities do we see? It could be either scanty bleeding or it could be heavy bleeding. In scanty bleeding, you'll see very dark blood, less number of days it comes, longer cycles. It may be or may not be painful. And in heavy bleeding, bright red it will be with or without any clots. And if some of them get continuously for 21 days, they could be spotting. Okay, it can happen twice in a month. So all these things, if you notice, mention it to your mother and see a gynecologist. One period is fine. Look out for 2-3 cycles and make sure that there is some problem. Now, yes, importance of hygiene. How many of you take bath daily? I know there are a lot of lazy girls here, and a lot of mothers also complain to me that they don't take bath daily. They don't change pads regularly. Also remember, even if you are using a pad, if your bleeding is less, never keep it for more than 6 hours. It can easily cause infection. UTI can cause yeast infection. A lot of infections are there. And washing your genitals also, I will explain that. It's very important. One more thing, sun drying the clothes. It's very important. In city areas, the houses are all stacked. No sunlight anywhere. But whatever sunlight you get, make sure that you also take in some sunlight and give the clothes also. I don't mean that you publicly exhibit your clothes. At least wherever you get sunlight, you can put a towel over it. Why? Because sun is a natural germ killer. You won't get any infections very fast. Okay? Yes. Chances of infection in female is more than male. Why? Because the female urethra is only 4 centimeter long and it is more wide. Male urethra is 20 centimeters long and it is very thin. So if you see, I'll just take the pen. Yeah. Yeah. So can you see the pen? Anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So the urethral orifice in ladies is here. Vaginal orifice is here. The anal region is here. You see, it is all in the same platform, right? So if you get an infection here, if you don't clean your anus properly, this infection will travel up. If you get an UTI or any urinary problem, it will travel down. So we are more at risk. While in gents, it is not like that. You see where the opening is and see where the opening of the anus is. This is well protected. It takes a long way inside. So they don't get easily affected. Okay. So that is why it is said that you should always keep yourself clean. And whenever we use the toilet for motions, you should always first clean this area and then clean this area. What happens if you clean this first? All the stool material also can enter here. So this can be very dangerous. All right. And keep it dry always. No need of using any soaps or any harsh chemicals or anything. Daily washing is enough. Yes, pimples. Another simple and common thing that happens to every girl, but nobody likes it also. So simple remedy, you can use honey to wash off. Just apply on the face for half an hour and leave it and wash it off. You'll get good results. Pimples mainly are due to constipation. If you don't drink water properly, hygiene, everything matters. And to the season, whatever fruits you get, directly you can apply to the skin also. You can see which fruit suits you best. That gives a lot of good nutrients to the skin. Now let's see some statistics. Dysmenorrhea is what to say, painful or mostly seen in young girls. One survey was done. I have mentioned the link also down. You see the rural India, dysmenorrhea is 63%. And urban India, it is 72%. In Singapore, 83%. US, 85%. Australia, it is 94. You know what it means? Most of the girls in these developed countries don't attend their school during these periods. There are, now you tell me, like India, we always say that 70% India, the girls are in the rural, they don't have proper hygiene, they don't have proper education. How come it is less? Isn't it? Similarly, heavy menstrual bleeding. Heavy menstrual bleeding in India, it was found, this is about 2016. Somebody had taken a survey, and India is 18%, outside India it is 22, that is worldwide. And in England, it was found to be 52%. So imagine heavy menstrual bleeding in young girls and women. So in where is India? You understand? Now, PMS. PMS, you know, just before the periods, you have a lot of mood swings, you have a lot of irritation, body swelling. Where do you see? Rural India, hardly 34, and urban India is 64. So you imagine where we are. Young girls, it is all about our food and lifestyle. As I mentioned earlier, you think, I'll show you that menstrual hut. Yeah, see that girl? We always say that these things are unhygienic, but how much they have, even if their knowledge is less, they follow strong traditions. We as young girls, we have good education, we have good care, lot of things are taken care of, but still, you see the graph, isn't it? So we need to follow a strict routine lifestyle. That is very important. So we keep asking about our traditions. We are keep asking about our questions and doubts. So should menstrual period stop us to be one of these ladies? Yes or no? Should we be backward because of menstrual period?
No, ma'am.
Yes, we should be really strong girls to be in place of one of them. At the same time, know how to eat, know how to sleep, and know how to protect yourself during the periods. So is menstruation a taboo now? Is it something which you should hide? Even men and boys should know how women feel during this time, because they also need to care for that female partner or female person in the house. Just as you feel, you should know how your mother also feels during that time, right? So you should always take care of each other. Okay? So
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So done for today. If you have any doubts, you can just unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat. I hope most of your questions were answered as you had put in the group. Nobody? So just as years before there were so many restrictions and so many taboos, what has happened is when it comes down by years, generation after generation, people misuse it. People don't understand the science behind it. People think it becomes a myth. People think it becomes a misconception. It becomes superstitions. So we need to understand the science behind this. Anything you want to know more? There's still time. Okay, then thank you so much. I think we can close the meeting, and all of you do your exam well. In case you feel any discomfort because of your periods, just let it be till your exams are over, and then you decide, right? Tablets, is it good? Yeah, somebody has asked tablets during menstruation, right? So you have to look out for natural remedies more than taking any allopathy medications until and unless it is so worse. As I said, if you keep your lifestyle during the whole month correct, then you will not need any tablets. Do your exercise, go out in the sun and play. Don't be shy that you are girls and you are big girls. Play badminton, do some running exercises. Yes, exercises reduce cramps. We have one asana, Dhanurasana, in yoga that you can practice even during this menstrual days, so that it helps to reduce the pain and cramps. What happens is the body is ready for cycles, but the bleeding doesn't happen. So that's why you get cramps and pain. So you can take a hot water bag and keep it at your back. You can keep it in your lower abdomen so that it helps in the good flow. Then you won't get any pains. Is it recommendable to travel during periods? Again, it's the same question as how comfortable you are, how far you are going, in which conveyance you are going. If the road is very bad and too bumpy, and you will get more bleeding. If you have to travel a very far distance, you will get excessive bleeding. So if it is to a small place, to a nearby place, or you are going in your own vehicle, then you can go. But if you really feel down, try to avoid. Sweet food like chocolates reduce cramps and increase flow. See, periods, during the periods, you are bleeding, right? Because we say that pitta and vata is activated, so there is something flowing out. So body demands to be more hydrated, and body demands sweet food. You can take in sweets, you can take in chocolates. Usually dark chocolate is more recommended, but that doesn't mean you stuff yourself, right? Take in small quantities and just during the periods, not before that, not after that. As young girls you can, obviously, I'm not saying no, but don't be always on it. That gives a very positive, what to say, the serotonin also, the happy hormones also increases. Using menstrual cups, tampons better than periods or not? This is another good question. Tampons and pads is said to spoil or pollute the environment, but menstrual cups is more good and environmental friendly. You can use anything, not a problem. Menstrual cups, you need to know the size, and you need to know the exact fitting. You can learn it in 1 or 2 cycles, it won't be a problem. Tampons, what happens is sometimes girls forget, because if bleeding is less and it doesn't fill the tampon, people or women forget that there is a tampon, and then what happens? You get infection. So you need to be very careful. Okay, nice questions. Anything else? So then shall we stop it here? So once again, thank you all, you little girls, and write your exams nicely. We can take up many other classes, and you can call me anytime for any such doubts. Thank you, love you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.